My name is Helmut Hartmeyer. Until recently I worked for the Austrian Development Agency and I was head of the department for cooperation with civil society. That meant cooperation and funding of programs and projects of civil society organizations in the Global South, but also funding programs and projects in the fields of development education and development communication in Austria. And at present I work at Vienna University in the Institute for International Development, and I'm a senior lecturer in the field of global education, global citizenship education, education for sustainable development. The SDGs are important because they acknowledge the universalist approach. The MDGs, 7 of the 8 MDGs were directed at developing countries, and only the 8th, which was a very vague aim, had to do with South and North. Whereas the SDGs now aim at a universal approach. What is needed in our own societies, but also in southern societies, is a whole of government approach. So it cannot be tasked to one ministry or 2 ministries only, but for example in Austria, more than 60% of development, even development cooperation money, is channeled through the Ministry of Finance. Then you have the Ministry of Agriculture, you have the Ministry of Trade. In Ireland, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is called Ministry of Foreign Affairs or Ministry of Development and Trade. Yeah, so you see also from names of ministries that the uncertainty is growing, which ministry is responsible for what. The whole question of migration in most countries in Europe is an issue of ministries of home affairs. Yeah? So this is what is needed is a whole of government approach. Foreign affairs have played and hopefully will continue to play a very important role to play in the field of development education and global citizenship education, because the context of development cooperation with developments in our own society has to be acknowledged and seen by ministries of foreign affairs, and therefore they are, to be very pragmatic, they are important funders of programs and projects, especially of civil society organizations. Ministries of education usually have little money to give to NGOs, but what is very important is that there is a good cooperation between ministries of foreign affairs and ministries of education, because if you want to mainstream global citizenship education into the education system, you need the acceptance of the ministers of education. I would also say at the OECD this debate is taking place. EADI, the European Association of Development Institutes, so at an academic level, it is, I'm sorry to say that, or to see that DEEP is ending at the end of the year, so at the moment there is no NGO network I can foresee for the coming years, but we'll see. Yeah. So, but the networks I mentioned are active, and NGOs have a very important role to play. That is mainly to give new ideas to the formal and non-formal education systems, to feed the formal and non-formal education systems with the relevant issues, to give their expertise, and also to feed in innovation and experiments into a system that is sometimes very conservative and not very dynamic. So this dynamic role of NGOs with their issues and with their methods is an important impetus for the formal and non-formal education system.